It was just hanging here, only strapped by the magnet that it has. I put it over there with a zip tie. Look at this gloss. What's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode. So we are back again to work on the BMW E36. As you have seen in the previous video, I got this car on the road and it all went well. So the car engine wise it's mostly ready for the road, just that little oil leak left to fix, and the oil pressure light I will later test with a different oil, a thicker one. So today I already know it's gonna be a big video because we have a lot of work to do. The parts that I've talked in the earlier video have arrived, and I'm gonna assemble all in this video. And also, as you have seen in the thumbnail, I'm gonna polish the hood, and the results is gonna be awesome. So before we get started with the video, guys, I do wanna ask you to please just pause a little bit and subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot and keeps me going and makes me feel good that you guys are seeing and liking the video. So please subscribe and like. So without any more delays, let's get this video started. In here I have all the parts that I have ordered and came last week. I got a few good ones. The main thing is the central air duct that mine is missing a piece that controls the cable that itself controls the hot air and cold air. So let me show you the difference. Mine is this one, the old one that was on the car. It is entirely a different reference from what it should be on the car. I don't know why would somebody change that. This one has nothing right here, so no way to attach the cable that is on the car right now. If I turn the wheel that controls the hot and cold air, in here it does nothing because there is nothing attached to it. And the new one, it is the right reference for the car. I have checked that. It is this old piece right here and another here to hold the cable in place. And if I turn the wheel, you can see there is a little thing right here where the cable connects to, that moves from place to place. This controls the hot and cold air. This is a safety feature on these cars because if you turn the hot air, it does not blow air to the ducts that goes to the face of the driver because the driver will get sleepy, and that is a safety feature. That was a safety feature back then. So this controls this is what controls the hot and cold air on these ducts right here. It also has the digital climate control, but without this piece functioning right, that climate control does absolutely nothing. So this was a bargain. New ones cost about above $200. This one used was $25, so it was a very good deal, and it is in very good shape. Just needs a little bit of cleaning. No big deal. Then I have bought also. This is a huge part. It's tiny one, but it's a huge deal for the car. This is a temperature sensor for outside. This is an aftermarket one. It comes with a connector and a sensor. I bought an aftermarket one because the original ones are more costly, and if this does the trick, it's a very good deal because it will be hidden, so it doesn't mean nothing if it is aftermarket, if it is original, as long as it works. And it was 15 bucks on eBay. So if it works, it is a good deal because it came with a connector and a sensor. So I just need to plug the cables to the cable that is on the car already, hanging from the front. And if it works, guys, it's a very good deal, very cheap and easy to get. So that will be a good milestone for this car, because without this sensor the AC doesn't function right, because it reads minus 37 degrees. Next, I also bought this piece. This is for the driver's door. This is what limits the door from opening too much, and this is a piece that also holds it in place. It has two positions to open. This piece holds the door in that position, in that place. The one that is on the car does nothing. It only stops the door from opening too much, but it doesn't fix it in place. So what happens is I open the door, if I let it go, the door closes right after. So the piece that is there, it must be gone, completely gone. So we're gonna change that in a little bit. And also, I also bought this bulb holders. This is for the rear tail light, more precisely the reverse light. The one on this side is missing completely this holder. So I have bought one, they sent me two. I don't know if they wanna work, because the bulb that is right here is smaller. Hopefully the connector is the same, like this, and the bulb is just this piece that is smaller, hopefully. But we're gonna test it out soon. So for the central air duct, I'm not gonna put it in right now, because this needs to have the dash in place, so I can put it in. The dash, I don't know if I'm gonna put it in right now, because I am waiting for the roof to be upholstered. I don't know if I wanna have the dash in when that can come out. I don't wanna damage anything, but this piece is right, and it's mechanically, so it will work right. Nothing is broken, so no need to test it. The things that I need to test are these three parts right here. This is the most important one. If this works, it was a bargain and a huge deal. And if you guys want, I can leave the link in the description for you, or in the comments. Please let me know. So right now, let's get this sensor in, test it out, then move on to the bulbs, and lastly to the door limiter on the driver's side. So let's get to work, guys. So as you can see, the temperature it reads right now without the sensor is minus 37 degrees. Let's put in the sensor and see if this temperature changes. So the temperature sensor is on, it's in place. I have soldered the wires together just to see if it would work. It's not finalized yet, it's not my final work. So it is in place. Now let's go into the car. I have waited a couple of hours. I have done other things because the sensor needs to build the resistance, so the values inside the car are correct. When I first put the sensor, I went immediately to the car and the temperature has only dropped 1 degree, and I thought the sensor was not working, but then I went again and the temperature has dropped another degree, so I decided to wait. Now let's go inside the car and see if the temperature is right. So let's turn the ignition on, and there it is, plus 22.5 degrees. So that sensor worked out perfectly, and for the price that it cost, it is a huge deal. Now this is another problem solved. Now let's move on to the rear bulbs. for the reverse light, but before that I'm gonna put the sensor in place for good, and then move on to the rear lights. So let's get to work again then. Job done with the sensor. For now I put it over there with a zip tie. Later I will find the best place for it. It usually is on the brake duct that this car does not have, so I'll have to find another place away from the engine bay so it doesn't catch the hot air from the engine bay inside the car. Here the temperature, it's back to minus 24.5 degrees because I have broken the connection, and so it is building up the temperature again from minus 37. So we'll wait a couple of hours and it will be good again. Now let's move on to the reverse lights, so we can tackle the front door. Guys, now for the reverse light. As you can see, this one is functioning alright, but this one is missing this holder right here. So let's I will take the one on that side to see if they are the same, and put that bulb in here if it works, and test it on this side. So let's go. So that's it, guys, both lights are working just fine. After all, the holders were the same and I got a spare one. Just put a new bulb in and it's working alright. One less job to do. So let's tackle the driver's door limiter. Let's go. So for the driver's door, the problem is this. When you open the door should hold about in this position and then fully open. This door, if I let it go, it does this. So I need to change this piece that is right here, and for that I need to take this door completely apart to get to that part over there. So let's get to work and get this door functioning perfectly. And while I'm doing it, I'm gonna see what's happened with this piece right here, because it's all loose. So while I'm disassembling it, I'm gonna check into that and hopefully getting it to fit perfectly without all this movement right here. So let's get to it. So guys, this is the original piece that I've just taken out. As you can see, there's a lot of play in here. Look at this, at it moving freely. It shouldn't be like this, and there is a lot of play also on these rollers right here. So the new one is nothing like this, and I just noticed it has broken right here, so that must be why it has failed. As you can see, it's broke off. So the new one, the new used one, I think the construction of it's a lot better. As you can see, there's not such space for it to have a lot of play. It's just this, nothing more. The other one was a lot larger, so there was room for play. This one there is not, things are just tighter, in better place. So let's put this one in and see if the door will open and close perfectly. So guys, that's it for the door. That fix worked out perfectly. Look at it now, it holds in place without any issue, and also in this position perfectly, and just close it up. As you can see, it is perfect. Now for the door card, what I found out is that it has basically all the tabs broken all around it. It has even a missing piece right here. Missing no, it just has fell off. I need to glue that back in, and fortunately I have purchased earlier, well in the beginning of this rebuild, a couple of tabs for here, because these cars are famous for broken all the tabs. So next I will replace all those tabs, glue this piece in, and assemble the door back in place. I don't know if you can tell for the disassemble video, but the previous owner, I think, has done a hell of a job. For the negative part, of course, they have replaced the tweeters that the door card has. For this speaker right here, it was just hanging here, only strapped by the magnet that it has. They even cut off the connector to the tweeter, so I'll have to see if I can find a connector for that. I don't know if it will be difficult or not. I'm gonna check into that, because I do not like this. Even if the sound quality is bad, I always go original. This is a mess. It must be here hitting the door, making all kind of noises. I do not want that. My guess is that on the passenger door, it's the same. I'm gonna check into that later, but for now, let's rebuild this piece right here so I can assemble it in. Later, of course, I'm gonna see if I can find the connectors first for the tweeter. So let's rebuild this piece and go from there, guys. For this door panel, what I'm going to do is remove all the broken tabs right here. I have removed already a couple of ones to see how they were built. Turns out the tabs that I have bought previously they are not going to work here, because this tab right here, let me see if I can get one. The head is different. As you can see, this one has a cutout, so it will fit right in the hole, and this one does not. I have already ordered a new one. It should come in tomorrow, hopefully in time for this video, so I can put the door back in place. For now, what I am doing is remove the tabs, and then I'm gonna wire the tweeter. Let me take it off. So I have tested earlier. If I connect a couple of wires to these pins right here, the tweeter runs perfectly, so I will not have to buy an adapter, and I have not found one anywhere. So good news, I will solder two wires, one here, another here, and then I'm gonna put some connectors like this, one male, one female. One goes right here, so when, if needed, to take the door panel off again, it will be easier to disconnect the tweeter. It will be just connected like this. This will be the wire that is on the car. When the door will be disassembled, you just pull the connectors out, so the door panel can be removed very easily. So that's what I'm gonna do now, is wire these cables to the tweeter and see if it works well, and then remove all these clips, and hopefully the new clips will arrive in time for the video. So guys, let's start working and make sure this tweeter is functioning alright. So let's go. So the wires are now soldered to the speaker. I already tested it on the car and it's functioning alright. So now what I'm going to do is put the connectors, two in this and another two in the car, and then this part will be done. We can move on to the clips, and then move from there, guys. So let's get these connectors in place and finalize this door. So let's go. It's actually the next day, guys. As you have seen, the clips have arrived in time for the video. I have put the new clips on the door panel, and as you can see, the door panel is secure now. It's as good as new. Now the only thing left to do is glue little piece that goes here that says airbag, and a piece of trim here that the car is missing, but I will order a new one. They are pretty cheap, so I'll put this in. But as for this door, it's functioning perfectly, all good. So now let's move on to that hood and polish it up to see how it will be in the end. Finally, it's time to try to polish this hood to see how it will turn out. I'm gonna divide in half the hood to see the before and after, to see if the results are worth it. If not, I'm gonna need to paint the whole hood. This part, I'm gonna paint it, of course, but I'm thinking if the polish goes well, paint just this little section here, just because the clear coat here is gone. So I'm gonna need to put some clear coat here. I don't know if the paint behind it is good, but so I'm gonna sand it all down, feather it, so we wouldn't notice the layers in the end, and then maybe put a coat of the paint and then the clear coat. But first, let's polish this hood to see how it will turn out and go on from there, guys. So let's start the work and see how it will turn out. We are done with polishing half of the hood. The result is spectacular. After all, the paint was able to withstand a deep polish with a sanding and polish with the machine. I started with 1500 grit and moved on to 2000 and to 2500. Let me show you the end results, guys. I think personally that is a very good result, almost perfect. Of course, it's not a new paint, so don't expect any miracle. There's still deep scratches and some chip on the paint from the rocks. So let me show you more in detail the end result. This is it. This is how it was actually. And look at this difference. Of course, it still has scratches left, but look at the deep. Look at this gloss. I think the result is almost perfect. Look at this. Look at the difference. Of course, there's still, as I've said, some bad paint. This is because of the rocks that hit the hood, but I can live with that. It's not a big deal. On the whole picture, it's not a big deal. The hood looks pretty much ready to go, just one side left. But if I can recover a hood looking like this, the rest of the car will be a piece of cake. So, as I've said, in that part over there, I'm gonna need to paint it, but I will polish it anyway, and later sand it down, feather it up, and paint it so it can look brand new again. So that's it for the hood for now. I will maybe do the other half in a bit. So guys, keep watching and let's get this hood finished. Finally we are done with the sanding process and the polish. Look at the end result, guys. The hood is looking amazing. It's not perfect, of course. I always knew that it wouldn't be, because there is deep scratches in the paint that I can't get rid of. It's normal, it's an old paint. But for what I am trying to accomplish, this is a very good result, almost perfect. Now the only thing left to do is to paint this little section here with a couple of paint and clear coat, and the hood will be as good as new. Now, as you have seen, we have also accomplished a couple of things with the parts that came in. That front temperature sensor is in place. The temperature is reading perfectly, so that is a huge milestone. And for cheap, it was only 15 bucks, so it was a cheap solution. Sheet fix. The door is also assembled, the tweeter is functioning perfect, the door limiter is also in place, the reverse light is also functioning, two of them are functioning perfect. So we got a lot of things done in this episode, guys. It has been a lot of work, but look at this end result, and this is a good way to end this video here, guys, with you seeing the end results on the hood. So I hope you guys have liked this episode. As always, leave a sub, and a like if you are enjoying the content, and leave your comments down below. I want to know what you guys think of this project so far. For the interior, unfortunately, the upholstery shop didn't have time to tackle my interior right now, so we'll wait a couple of days to see if they have an opening, or maybe try a new upholstery shop, but I'm working on it. So that's it, guys. Please leave a like and a sub, it helps a lot, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.